Hi. What the hell is going on with my model now? Why is she doing that? Hold on. Let me fix that. What is up with her? What is up with her this time? Oh shit, hold on. Hold on! Jesus fucking Christ. My webcam calibration is so shitty. Are you normal now? No, she's not normal yet. What just happened? Howdy K. Hi, sorry if you're encountering a black screen for a moment. I'm having issues with my... Oh. Oh, I see what the problem is! Okay, you guys are gonna throw tomatoes at me. But the problem is that I have Infinity Nikki on with the OBS, and my PC just said Okay, first of all, Zio, thank you so much for the orange super chat. Holy shit, calm down. Keko Cheng, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm gonna have to restart my live 2D, bro. You guys are talking to a black screen. I'm gonna have to restart my live 2D. This is so embarrassing. Hold on. This is so embarrassing. Oh man, and I set up the screen all pretty and everything, and you guys are seeing a black screen now. Shit. Hold on, okay? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 fucking second. Oh, Senden. I need you to Senden. Oh my god. Oh my god. Senden. Okay. Calm down, okay? Hold on. Holy shit. Yeah, holy shit. Oh, there it goes. Senden, thank you so much for the blue, light blue, green, yellow, orange, pink, and red super chat. Oh my god. Pog. Jesus Christ, guys, hold on, okay? 1 second. Oh my god. Okay. I have my everybody don't panic. I have my come on guys, don't send me money when I'm not even like properly prepared like this. Hold on, okay? 1 second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Is it doing okay now? Hold on. Stop sending me money when I'm like this. Okay. Okay. Hi. First of all, thank you so much. You guys know I was kidding with the here comes the big bucks thingy, right? Like you do realize that if you guys gave me actually gave me money, like I'm actually gonna have to pay taxes, right? Oh, Bear Tummy, thank you. Time for taxes. Exactly what I was saying. You guys do realize that if you give me too much money, like I'm gonna have to actually apply for taxes, right? Jangan bayar cake terus. Betul guys, bayar pajak, jangan bayar gue ya. But I'm suffering. Oh, waiter, my lobster too buttery, my steak too juicy. But like, thank you guys. Okay, hi. Sorry about that. I forgot that I had Infinity Nikki running in the background. And for some reason it just crashed everything. I don't know, Infinity Nikki has been a bit buggy on my end. Suffering from success. What if Kay becomes our president of Indonesia? No, thank you. I'd be too good of a president, and I don't think the people deserve me. Bold statement. I'm gonna get into so much trouble. But also, thank you, Ziply, for the super chat before the stream started. Honestly. But yeah, happy weekend, everybody. Happy weekend. I honestly didn't know what I wanted to talk about, but I guess I'm mostly just going to be chatting just a bit, maybe not for too long, because it is the weekend. And I want to play Infinity Nikki. Or I could play Infinity Nikki on stream, unless it crashes on me again. But yeah, as you all know, if you saw in my YouTube post, I've been accepted into the YouTube partner program. Yay! That does mean that I can now monetize my streams. As you can see, I have super chat turned on. Yeah. Unless it makes you go on a bumpy ride again. I don't know what is it with Infinity Nikki, but in OBS, you know how OBS has options for your capturing? It can capture games, it can capture windows, and then it can capture displays. I don't know what is up with Infinity Nikki, but it only works if I capture my entire display. That's crazy, you know? But yeah, oh yeah, as you all may know, I'm now officially a YouTube partner program, which means I will now become filthy stinking rich. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. But it does mean that I can monetize some of my streams if I choose to monetize them, and I can now open supers like super chats and super thanks, and I forgot what the other super is. Super stickers? Oh my god, I'm too old for this. And also, I I now have the capability to open memberships. But I just wanted to quickly talk about that and just hash things out with you guys. I don't think I have the energy to do like exclusive. Let me turn down the BGM a little bit. I don't think I have the energy to do like exclusive member contents. I think like I've mentioned it. Oh my god, AC Walker, stop. AC, thank you. Really? Super chats are open? I don't think we noticed. Could you give us an example? I'm ignoring you guys. I'm gonna look out the window. Yep. Oh, look at that, a fried chicken shop. Oh, look at that, a convenience store. I'm ignoring you guys. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that, the government building. Oh, look at that, that's my house. Can we pull over for Jollibee? No. We have Jollibee at home. You just pass by like, hi, Kay. What was I saying? Oh, see, I keep getting distracted. Right. I don't think I have the energy to be doing like two types of content in the stream, if we can even call it content. Like, I don't think I have the energy to do two types of content in the stream, like, you know, preparing my usual public streams and whatnot, and then on the side also like preparing like something special for the memberships. So I was thinking, like, I think even if I'm going to open memberships, I think it'll be exclusively just for the badge and emotes, you know. So it's a completely optional thing, and I think for the price, I'm just going to in IDR, obviously in rupiah. I think I'm just going to set it like 15k or 20k, which is like what, $2? Yeah. $2. It's a completely optional thing. I'm serious, because I don't know, like if this was like my 24/7 full-time shenanigan, sure, then I'll push myself to actually make a huge difference, like a huge difference of content between like people who aren't like subbed or like membered to me and people who are subbed or membered to me, you know. Like I'd probably up the price and make it actually special, but considering that I only do this when I feel like it, and when like I try to keep like some form of discipline with myself. I try to stream like at least once or twice a week, you know, just to see if it like shows any growth in this channel or somehow. But yeah, since I can't commit to actually making like super special membership stream, I think I'll just open a membership just for the badges and emotes and just keep the price like low. So yeah. We need emotes. Scrolling for tomato takes too long. Low price is good. More members and easier to give memberships. That's what I thought too. It's also a consciousness thing. I feel like I'd feel really guilty. Like, let's say if I open a membership and it's like 40k IDR or like 50k IDR. That's like about I don't know, like $5. Like if my membership was like above $5, I feel like the little monkey inside my brain would actually feel pressured, like, oh shit, now I have to make like special content because like I just took $5 from somebody. Original tomatoes emojis sound good. That's what I thought too. Usually when you just open memberships, you only get about like 4 to 5 emote slots. Okay, 50K is not even $3. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. 50K is not even $3. I hate being Indonesian. I hate being Indonesian. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. 17 kali 3 berapa? What? Ain't no fucking way. Isn't like $1 like 17? Man, the rupiah is weak. Holy fuck. I'm so sorry. Me too. Me too. 17 kali 3 51. Anjing. Anjing. Okay. New program. No membership. No super chat. Don't spend money on me. Keep it to yourselves. We are all so fucked right now. But yeah. Yeah, I think I just wanted to hash it out. I don't think I have the capacity to do like separate content, special content for memberships. So I'll just open a membership just like I don't know, as like a show of support to people who really want to, like a really cheap Patreon, I guess. That's the first thing that I wanted to talk about. After this, I'm going to commission a friend of mine to make the emotes for me. I don't know if you guys know one of my friends called Mumugi on Twitter, but they're a pixel artist, and I thought it'd be cute if my emotes were like pixel art. And he has like pixel art commissions open right now, so I've contacted him, and I think I'd like them to do my emotes. Yeah, I'm really big fan of their work. So yeah, $1.60 sekarang. Shut up, diam, shut up. I'm so sad. I'm gonna cry now. But yeah, I think I can only open like 4 or 5. I forgot. Either 4 or 5 emotes for the first time that the membership is gonna be open. But throwing tomatoes, like bird holding tomato, will be one of them. So yeah, 60. Yeah. What else? All right. What do you want the membership to be called? Like, I have to. Look, I'm not gonna. Look, if you ask me, like, I don't really have a name for you guys. Like I don't have like, oh, my little birdlings or whatnot. I just call you guys chat. But I think calling the membership chat would be, I don't know, it would be too lazy. Oh my god. What would you like the membership to be called? If you say Crowlings, I'm going to punch you. Didn't you say you have an idea, or was it for a tag? I think the last time I had an idea, it was for the art tag for my character, this character in particular, for Skipper. It's chromatic. But I'll repost the fan art tag in a bit because I'm working on her proper character sheet. But yeah, what would you like the membership to be called? Karma links. My internet nosedive for a good 5 minutes or so, but I come back to bird throwing tomato emote. Sounds perfect. Yay! Wait. Okay, that's... Oh, God. Crow, bro, shut up. Oh, man. Well, it has to be something crow or bird themed. Or it could be something that has anything to do with bad luck or misfortune. I know. All right. I just realized that I never properly like introduced like my character's shtick with people, but I talked about it a bit on Twitter. But my shtick with Skipper is that she's like a messenger for bad luck, but she's kind of really stupid about it, and she kind of forgot that that's her job. So she's like the anti-Cupid, you know. You know how Cupid like shoots people, and people like fall in love, and good shit happens to them. Yeah, Skipper's like the anti of that. Like she shoots people with an arrow, and they get misfortune. Like, good job, girl. Crow watch. Ooh. Crow minnows. Crowbars. I kind of like crowbars. I don't know why. Carmalicious. Die. Chromatos. Oh! Chromatos. So funny. You got a divorce. Yeah, that's Skipper. He's like the anti-Cupid. If she shoots you, you get a divorce. You break up. You get hit by a truck, basically. Oh my god. Leaning to crowbar. I don't know, crowbar's kind of funny. Crowd. Ooh. I asked my mods too, and they gave like a few ideas. Hold on, I have to open like Discord for this shit. Hold on. What did my mod say? I kind of forgot. Oh my god, I'm opening my chat with my mods, and why do I talk so much? I have to scroll up for it. They said car mates die. Crouch, like crouch, not crotch. My mod said, oh, why don't you just call them stealers or debtors? Wow. Leaning into the criminal thingy. But yeah, you know what, like I'll like ask for your opinion on a YouTube post. That way it's actually documented, because you can actually reply. But yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, like, if you have any ideas for like a membership name that's not crawling, I'll kill you. Yeah, I wanted to say murder, but I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I mean, I do think it's a good idea. It's edgy, just like me. I love that idea. But I don't know, like, would YouTube allow somebody to check my channel and then check the membership and then like, hi, welcome to the murder. Hi, my name is Karma. I own the channel KarmicKrow. If you'd like to directly support me, you can click the join button to join my membership. It's called murder. Oh man, did you guys like my Barbie voice? Hi, it's Karma. Hi, it's Karma. If you'd like to subscribe to me, you can also support me by joining my membership. Age restriction on. But yeah, I like a few of your ideas here. Crowbars, Crow Watch, Karma baddies. No. Oh, we could be the brood. Oh, you're right. You guys could be the brood. Wow. Thank you, murderers. we're putting murderers up there. I like the brood. I like the brood. Crowmates, y'all. We'll put crowmates. We'll put crowmates in there too. You're just like my mod. My mom told me like, oh, why did you just call them car mates? But yeah, I've thought about like the emotes, but I haven't thought about the. Sorry, had to burp a bit. I'm a gassy girl. Sorry about that. I haven't thought about the badge yet. I was thinking maybe the badge could be an egg or a feather, but I'm kind of leaning towards an egg more. I don't know. I think an egg would be funny. Car mates is pretty funny. Wow, lung capacity much. I'm sorry. Damn, I get on. I get up on this bus and I'm getting judged left and right. What the fuck? Whose eggs are those? I don't know. Stolen from the supermarket. Oh, also, I'm currently working on like a variation of my current model. Corvus Crew, we'd be like the Paul brothers. They're still relevant, right? Nope. As you might see, currently right now I'm only switching between these two models here. So this is my default. I see some of you playing games on Steam. Hey, look at the screen for a second. I want to show you guys something. Hey, stop playing the game. I can see we're friends on Steam. I can see you booting up a game on Steam. Hey, pause it for a bit, buddy. Pause it for a bit. Look at me. No, you don't. No, shut up. Yeah, where the fuck are my keys? I can't believe I gotta like summon you guys like this. Wow. Yeah, you guys thought like, oh, I can be friends with Kay, a streamer. I'm gonna be so parasocial with her. Joke's on you. I'm the one who's gonna be really parasocial with you. Why are you booting up Uma Musume? I fucking hate you guys. Why are you all booting up a game right now? Stop! Why are you all booting up Uma Musume? I can see you! Guys, pay attention. Oh shit, why is it not jingling? Guys. Uma boy. Oh, speaking of horses though, Steam is having a horse sale. So if you're like me and you like horses, go buy a horse game. Play like Barbie Horse Adventures or something, or Pets Horses too. Keys. Okay. Seriously, like pay attention to me. Hey, what sale? Ben, they're having a horse sale. You might want to check it out. Why are you all booting? I'm ignoring you guys now. Anyway, here's my default. Okay, if you don't look right now, you're gonna miss it, okay? Default model, right? I call this Skipper default, right? And this is Skipper relaxed. Alternatively, I have her on short hair, but I forgot I deleted the toggle for that, so I'll have to retoggle it later. Okay, and this is the one that I'm working on. Okay, now if you want to look at your fucking Uma Musume, then you're gonna miss it. Okay, that's it, bye-bye. But it's still in progress. There's still like a lot that I need to work on. Yo! The bread, yeah. I also gave her like, fine, here you go. If you don't know yet, like I took heavy inspiration from Dragon Guard 3 for this because that's my favorite game. Also, like are you nodding the teeth? Yeah, I gave her Denji teeth. Did I see a maid outfit or am I crazy? You're crazy. Is she supposed to glitch in and out like that? Yeah, because I'm switching between toggles and it's going to glitch like that, but yeah. What kind of angsty lore happened for her to be like that? I don't know, actually. There you go. Back to her. Back to her default. Hey. But yeah. I don't know. Like, actually, like, I know Skipper's lore for like her default lore and everything, but I actually don't know like her. I actually haven't thought about like her lore for like that third version over there. I don't know. Like my friend told me like, oh, what if that's like her true form? And I told them like, cool, but like her true form is a bird. Yeah, she just really got into gaming when she was in high school. Yeah, she's just a tunie. Yeah, she's just a tunie. That's it. Oh, like actually, if you guys, I think like, and then my mod said like, oh, I think your third skipper design is just like sovereign skipper, just like deity skipper, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I kind of ran with that idea, but yeah. Also, she's gonna be barefoot. I don't know why I thought that was important to tell you guys, but like muy importante, important information. She's gonna be barefoot. Like I don't fucking know. Is that important? Is that important for anybody? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can if I can put like actual wings on her. But I think I might have to do quite a lot, like actual animated wings on her. But it's gonna take quite a lot of work. So yeah, for the moment, I'm just going by like a base design for now. Yeah, y'all won't see it, but I want you to know she has no footwear. Fine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Here. You guys want to see so bad? Here. Mind you, like I said, unfinished design. Okay. Put wings on her ankles. I was thinking of putting wings on her butt. I don't know. Aerodynamics, like if humans had wings or humanoid people had wings, like is it actually more functional if you have it on your back or on your butt? For free? Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go past it real quick, okay? Whatever. Okay. Here you go. Yeah, see this? Okay? Yeah, we're going with red for our team here. Okay, you ready? Okay. Don't blink now, you're gonna miss it. Don't blink now, you're gonna miss it. Still in the works. Yep, feet. Going up again. Feet. There you go. Okay. How is she going to poo-poo? Well, she has a skirt. She can just go poo-poo if she wanted to. There you go. Happy? For free? Yeah. I'm so nice like that. Aren't you glad that I'm so nice like that? What? Wait. Wait. 7 screenshots taken. Good. Anyway. Back here. Okay, you guys can launch your games again. I see you launching Slay the Spire, okay? I can't believe you guys. Like, why am I so... Okay, hold on. There you go. I can't believe you guys. Always somebody just launch Uma Musume. I can't believe you guys. I would never ever be launching a game while I'm streaming. That's so rude. Never mind that. Oh shit. Man, thank you. Feed tax. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Ro, where are you launching Slay the Spire? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You think your little games are more entertaining than me. I see. It's fine. My feelings are not hurt at all. I'm used to it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, like it's not like I would never ever launch a game while I'm streaming. That's so rude. I had Infinity Nikki in the background. Who said that? That's false accusation. No, like I said I had Infinity Nikki in the background and then I closed it up to talk to you guys, but apparently you guys don't want to talk to me. That's fine. That's fine. I show you my OC's feet for free. That's fine. Eyes on the road, ma'am. Who the fuck just launched furry aim trainer? Hello? I saw that. Who the hell just launched furry aim trainer? What the fuck? Okay, I'm not gonna judge. Pardon? I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna say the name either. Your secret is safe with me, man. Huh? Don't answer that. Exposed him. I can't believe we're being turned into content. Oh god. If you guys know the kind of things that I've prepared for my stream. You know, I had this talk with my mods, my besties. We were talking about how, oh, you know how like some streamers are known for doing blah 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 and some streamers are known for doing blah blah blah. And I was wondering like, I wonder like what kind of streamer I am. I think I'm just a streamer who likes to do chatting a lot. And then my mod said, no, okay, you're a bit streamer. And I was like, what? You're like, yeah, you're a bit streamer. You like to do bits. Like you really like to do bits, you know? And I'm like, huh. You know what? They're right. I really do like to do bits. Stupid ass bits, but you know, still bits nonetheless. So, I hope you guys like bits because I'm gonna be doing it a lot in like, oh, I made this. Okay, you know what's upcoming? The next bit I have. You guys aren't gonna believe this. You guys aren't gonna believe this. I made this thumbnail. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, but like if it's stupid, like don't change it, right? Like apparently my viewers do love when I do bits, so. Okay, I made this thumbnail. Here. See this? You see how absolutely cute my model is? How absolutely cute Skipper is? Yeah? Yeah? You know what I'm gonna do with that stream? You know what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna debut myself. Yeah, because I just like, you know, like a few days ago, I realized like, huh, you know, come to think of it, I never really did that, like that shy VTuber thing where it's like, hi guys, I'm a newly debuted VTuber. And here's my favorite food. Ini mafa mifa gua. Here's the games that I like. And here's like a presentation that I spent 2 hours on. Yep, and I'm gonna pretend like I don't know any of you. Turn the voice off. No, I'm gonna do the voice throughout the stream. Yep, I'm gonna pretend like this is my first time streaming ever. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know any of you. I'm gonna pretend like we're not friends on Steam. I don't know any of you. Insecurity even. I mean, do I feel like I need to do like a proper like a VTuber debut? No. I don't want to actually do it, but I thought it'd be funny. So yeah, it's upcoming. I hope you guys are happy about it. And then, you know, even though you've seen my model like 1,000 times by now, well, not 1,000, like 12 times by now, I'm gonna do the whole like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys my full model starting from the feet. Okay, please be patient. I'm so shy. I've never streamed before, guys. I don't know how this works. Oh man, I don't know who's gonna be taking more damage in that kind of stream, me or you guys. I don't know. Oh no, Murphy. And another bit that I have is that I actually designed Skipper's evil twin sister. You know how I said Skipper is like anti-Cupid? Well, I was like, you know how like when Frozen came out and Elsa was super popular and people made Helsa. Wait, I gotta show you guys. I gotta show you guys the where is it? wait. Oh man, where is it? Not that Elsa, evil twin. Yeah, I made my own Akatsuki. I made my own Helsa. Oh, the red Elsa? Yeah. I made my own red Skipper. I'm not gonna show you guys her design though. But like yeah. I made my own I made my own red Skipper. I'm not even gonna tell you what her name is, but I told my mods and they said like, oh, her name is so cute, and I'm like, no, she's evil. Don't trust her. Yeah. And then we're gonna debut her too. Hold on, I need to turn on my fan. Frozen was 2013. I was an elementary schooler. How old are you? 2013? 2013? Boy, I was in high school. What the fuck? Okay, I need everybody who's born like 2000 and like up to leave my stream. I feel old now. No, don't make us feel old, young man. Damn you old, shut up. Shut up. I'm 28 this year. That's not old. I forgot what I was doing when it was 2013. You are the youngest person ever. Thank you. Although that doesn't make me feel comfortable at all. Did you know the plague, Dr. K? Shut up. I did. His name was John Plague. Good friend of mine. That's dinosaur bird woman. Well, didn't they say that like dinosaurs and chickens are related? So yeah, if I'm a dinosaur, it actually kind of genetically makes sense. Like, what's you guys' excuse? What about Jane Plague? That's me. I'm Jane Plague. What else did I have in store? Oh yeah, cover is incoming. Haha. I had to like pause like posting the cover because I was in my channel was in the middle of being reviewed by YouTube, and then my friend told me like if you're thinking of like posting covers or like karaoke, you might want to stop for a bit because YouTube is reviewing your channel, and if they find copyrighted materials, they're not gonna approve you. So you gotta wait until you're actually approved, and then I don't know, maybe you can like do karaoke and like post your covers or whatnot. And I was like, oh yeah, you actually have a good point. Actually, yeah, birds are dinosaurs. Okay, it's extra cool now that I think about it. Okay, the local dinosaur VTuber, thank you. Karaoke. Ooh, I should turn that into like an actual program. Freeren was my neighbor. Shut up. What else? I don't know whether you guys are into like audio dramas and whatnot, but I really enjoy making audio dramas. And for the longest time, I wanted to make like little mini episodes, just a few minutes of episodes regarding like Skipper and her lore. If anybody cares about that, but like I know some people don't care about lore, and that's completely fine. But it's lore is just something that I like to do for fun. So yeah, might post like a audio drama in the future. Might hire one or two friends of mine to voice act some of the NPCs. So yeah. I'm into YouTube this week. Been watching VTuber nonstop this week. Unemployment is the best. Can I pin that? I feel like I felt that in my soul. Your average Joe, can I pin that? Look, man, I have tasted employment and I have tasted unemployment, and I would recommend not being bored. Honestly. Honestly. Yikes. It's so hard to get a job these days. I don't know what people want anymore. Oh man. Honestly, also, man, now that I'm talking about it, I have so like many goals, plans, or whims that I'm doing alone because I'm running this channel alone. I only have like me and my mods with me who are probably watching right now. But I'm running like everything alone, but it's fine. I enjoy the work. I've been getting into Blender again for work purposes, and I'm actually thinking that, would be nice if I can have like a 3D model to fuck around with sometime in the future. But having like a fully detailed 3D model is gonna be like super complex and super expensive, and like with how things are right now, it's not going to be like a realistic reality in the near future. But we adapt, we overcome, we survive. I can make models in Blender, so I was thinking, you know what? I think I'm just gonna make like a low poly model of Skipper. Blender, you making a movie? Blender sometimes helps me to make certain scenes when I'm doing like big illustrations. So yeah, cool. Yeah, I was thinking like, oh man, like a proper 3D model is gonna be like, I don't have the resources to commission somebody to do that right now, because for me it's still going to be insanely expensive, and trying to learn how to make it myself, like a fully detailed model and everything, 3D model, it's gonna take years. So if I don't have the resources to commission somebody, I can make it myself, and I can just make it something cute, like a low poly model. Hello, Kay, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you guys doing this fine Saturday? Or I guess Friday evening for some of you. Oh yeah, like good luck too for everybody who's starting, you know, preparations for Ramadan. Good luck on your fasting. Don't drink. Yang berpuasa semangat ya. Trying to enter home ownership, it sucks. Oh boy, dude. Dude, good luck. Ew, we sound so old right now. I can't believe this. I can't believe I have somebody on chat saying like, I was in elementary school when it's 2013, and I have somebody in my chat going like I'm dealing with like trying to get home ownership. Like, wow. The roaches look like kurma already. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Oh, I do have a question though. This is again like regarding like future contents and whatnot. How do you guys do with like horror? Who the hell just booted up Phoenix? Okay, you know what? Phoenix Wright based. Go on, king or queen, or you know, monarch. Go ahead. It's okay. Ignore my stream. I approve. But like, how do you guys feel about like horror-ish content? Because like, remember when I said that sometimes I kind of want to post or like play around, make audio dramas of like Skipper's lore or just like whatever that comes to mind, you know, and just post them for fun. But like, I don't know how well people who watch me can actually stomach like horror. Yes, please. Okay, good then. Sounds fine to me. Yeah, I really wanted to do like start thinking about doing like roleplay stream, and before anybody says no, it's not gonna be that kind of roleplay. Okay, there's not gonna be any like, oh senpai, you're home. What? You want to lick my feet? I mean, go ahead. Yeah, nothing like that. No. And clipped. It's okay. I deserve that. No. We're not gonna be having an aura's roleplay. No, nothing like that. Okay. Oh man. Do you think we expect that from you? I don't think so. Do you guys expect that from me? Oh man. Would you like to RP? I actually love RPing. I love role playing. But yeah, for the longest time, I've been wondering like, I love role playing. I love making roleplay streams and involving you guys. The point is, I love streams where I can involve you guys. Okay, you care so much about your viewers. Shut up. But yeah, I don't know, maybe that's the reason that I haven't been doing like a game stream in so long. Games are nice. I like doing games, but like depending on what kind of game it is, I feel like game streams for me tend to fall into like, if the game is like super like heavy in like story wise and you guys are reacting along me, like that's nice, you know. But sometimes there are games where it's literally just like, and no hate on this is completely valid, but there's like times where I just want to boot up a game and stream it and then like you guys watch it with me. But oftentimes like games like streams like those are comfy. It's nice. It's really nice for me to do when I don't have the energy to like think, like be really creative, you know. But sometimes when I am in the mood to be really creative, I like to do something that's a bit more interactive with you guys. Oh, solo D&D with us rolling the dice. What do you think, Kay? Oh, that's actually a good idea. We can do that. See, this is the thing. This is the thing that's been like my major dilemma between streaming on Twitch or YouTube. I know the current, like, if we're talking about meta, I know the current meta for a lot of streamers is that, oh, like the current meta is that you stream both on YouTube on and Twitch. And yeah, I can understand why that's the current meta. But for the longest time, uh my gripe, I like streaming in YouTube better because I don't have to worry about the archiving. YouTube just does it for me. Less work for me, right? But for the longest time, my gripe with streaming on YouTube is that it doesn't have, so far at least, it, like, they're made a bit differently. The chat between Twitch and YouTube, it's kind of hard for me to explain this, but like they're made a bit differently, they're programmed a bit differently. Therefore, people can have way more widgets and bot commands on Twitch than they do on YouTube, you know? That's why a lot of interactive streamers and VTubers that I know of, at least, do their stream on YouTube and everything. Oh no, not YouTube, Twitch and everything. Twitch is more interactive, yeah. And I'm an interactive girly, you know, like for example, I'd like to make a toggle where if you guys command the bot like exclamation tomato, like you can throw tomatoes at me, or you guys can fight each other. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see you guys fight each other to the death, you know, like entertain me for once. Why am I the one doing the entertaining here? But yeah, my current idea of bypassing this is that, maybe I can do like a super interactive stream and like stream it on both YouTube and Twitch. But if my viewers want to put in the commands, they have to do it on Twitch. But I'll just have like both chats on the screen, you know, so people on YouTube can see the Twitch chat anyway, which again is the current meta, I think. I don't know if you guys know this, but like I'm not a VTuber expert, okay? Don't ask me. Oh god. Oh yeah, for people who are interested in playing D&D, especially if you're Indonesian, yeah, I agree. Might want to try joining like servers like D&D JKT, D&D Jakarta. Lots of people looking for DMs and players there. Could have fooled me. Nope. Seriously, I'm not a you know, sometimes when some VTuber or like just streamer drama happen on like and it gets blown up on like Twitter or something, sometimes my friends look at it and then they come to me and they're like, "Hey Kay, like what do you think of this?" And I'm like, what do I look like the VTuber professor to you or something? What do I think of it? I think it's stupid. Yeah, they're like, explain. They're like, is this true? Okay, and I'm like, how the fuck should I know? The reality of things, at least when it comes to making content for me, is that platforms and trends are always evolving. So the major headache of trying, like, I'm not trying to be a full-time content creator, but I'm friends with people who are, and I think like the biggest headache of trying to make it, you know, as like a full-time content creator, streamer and whatnot, is you kind of have to like constantly keep up with the trends and fast, like really fast. really, really fucking fast. And I know it gets tiring to people. Am I a trend kind of girly? Sometimes I am, sometimes not. And if you're not the type of person who are into like following whatever is trending right now, I don't know, like you just have to accept the fact that, you know, that you're not going to like blow up that big and whatnot. But again, some people want to blow up, and some people just do this for the like when I'm not working shenanigan, like me. So yeah. But Kay, you are the John VTuber. I know, but even John VTuber doesn't have the answer for all of your VTuber problems. Half the time I go, man, I'm too employed for this shit with dramas. No, man. I don't know. Do you guys have like long-standing questions you ever wanted to ask me when it comes to like, I don't know, VTubing or just streaming in general, whether I'm using like a VTuber model or not? I don't know, because most of the time my friends like to ask me so many questions, and I always tell them like, okay, I'm gonna give you my answer, but like I feel like I don't speak for everybody, so I can only speak for myself. My VTuber problem is that none of them will date me. Can you help with that? Seek help. Not from me though. Not from me though. Seek professional help. Yeah, get well soon. Why would they want to go boom? I can kind of understand it, because for some people, streaming is their full-time job, or they're trying to make it like into their full-time job, and I can understand, I can respect that, and that's why I can understand like the general fatigue that comes from constantly grinding out, you know, churning out content and going with trends and everything. Come on, I don't at least get a must instead of a bag. Jeez. Hold on. I gotta reposition my fan. There we go. Sorry if you guys can hear my fan coming into my microphone just a little bit. I hope it doesn't disturb my voice too much. But yeah. What else? I feel like I wanted to say something. I feel like I wanted to talk about something, but I kind of forgot what it is. Hold on. Oh man, what does this keep happening? Hate having ADHD. You have one of your fans there? No, I don't. Distraction technique. Yeah. Why does all my VTubers taste like cardboard? Who are you eating? Who are you eating? I think you should really try video editing. Focusing on stream have cons, like people that can't catch up. Good point. I'm also thinking of doing like little clips from my streams and then turning it into like animatics. I know like the generally people like to clip their streams and then like they would edit it themselves, or if they have the means to hire a clip editor, they would hire a clip editor, and those are their work is what you see from the majority of like the VTuber clips nowadays that you see on like YouTube Shorts or maybe even on TikTok if the YouTuber has like a TikTok page and everything. But alas, I don't have the luxury of hiring a clip editor, so it's all me. So sometimes I'll post clips of myself on shorts just as it is, just edited, and sometimes I'll make an animatic of it. You have time to do that? Not all the time. But that's the thing though. My relationship with doing streams, like this channel, is kind of funny to me. It's like I care about it, but sometimes I also don't care about it. You get what I'm saying? And I know that sounds mean, like I don't care about this channel, but like I do care. But like sometimes like I also don't care because like I said, I can't always afford to spend my entire day just focusing on the stream because it's not my full-time job. I literally do this for the hee hee ha ha. But that's the thing. Like I told myself that even if I'm only doing it for the hee hee ha ha, I still want to show how serious or committed I can be for the hee hee ha ha. And it's less about showing off to you guys, although if you guys appreciate my effort, that's nice. But it's more so because I have to show off to me. I tried editing for myself once, and I don't know how people can stand to listen to their own voices that much. It will always be like that. I've started streaming for like, I don't know, a month now? Yeah, I started streaming for a month now, and whenever I record little clips of myself in my stream, I put it up to After Effects, and I'm like, ugh, I sound like that? Ugh. For me, the funniest thing, I don't know if this happens to you guys too, but like for me, the funniest thing is like when I'm speaking, like right now to you guys, and I can hear myself talk, I think that my, this is such a funny thing, but like I think that my English sounds like perfectly American, you know? But then I clip myself and then I import it to After Effects, and I get hit with the heaviest Indonesian accent. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having an accented English. But like when I'm listening to myself like right now, I think I have like, oh my god, like I sound like I'm American. But then I listen to myself and I'm like, nope, that's an Indonesian girly. I hear myself like, oh, there she goes, there's the accent. Wait, what? You're not American? I've been fooled all this time. I am sincerely sorry. Straight out of the Bronx, that crow. My brother saw me watching you and immediately said Indonesian. See, that's what I mean. I feel like when I'm recording myself, like for dubbing or like voice acting purposes, I feel like I can control myself better because it's a recording. You're not doing it live, right? So you can enunciate better, you can pronounce things better, because I think one of the keys of unlocking, like if you really, not everybody wants to get rid of the accent, and me, I don't really want to get rid of my accent, but for people who do want to get rid of their accent, like for, I don't know, voice acting purposes, I don't know, I think one of the keys of doing like a really like super clear and clean American accent is like unlocking your jaw. You gotta use your jaw more and that takes effort that I'm only willing to use when I have to record my voice for whatever project. But like when I'm talking, when I'm yapping, I'm too lazy to actually train myself to do that. So there you go. Like it's gonna be heavily accented. Wait, you're Indonesian? My condolences. Thank you. Apakah kalian tahu sekarang $1 itu udah 17 kayak Fuck man. Wow, okay, you sound very eloquent with those words you're using. Thank you. Thank you. I just like showing off. Astaghfirullah. It's already 17K, isn't it? Let me check really quick. While we're on the topic, let me check. Also, there's a reason. Like, I know some people might ask me like, if you're Indonesian, then why don't you do streams in Indonesian? Maybe I'll do it like once or twice, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes I just naturally gravitate to yapping more in English, and I know some people are gonna say, apa sih lu? Tapi kan kamu orang Indo, Kak. Ngapain kamu sok bule? Why are you pretending like you're not Indonesian? Like, where are you? Are you pretending to be American? Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Oh, pura-pura jadi bule kamu? Iya, gua roleplay jadi bule. Whatever. I just naturally gravitate more towards yapping in English. That's number one. Number two, there's like the kind of jokes that I use are often more in English. Like I like to say gobbledygook. How do I translate that to Indonesian? Like, don't gobbledygoo me. How do I translate it to Indonesian? I don't know. And third is that I also am conscious that like, did you know that in my YouTube analytics, like in my viewership, Indonesians make up about like 40% to 50% of my viewership, and the rest is actually not Indonesian, right? And I know I always say like, well, this is not my full-time job and whatnot, but I do want to show a bit of care with how I do my streams, and I figured like if I really want to include everybody, if I want to be able to include everybody in the conversation, and I want to be able to talk with everybody who might be passing by and watching me, I just think that universally, like, I should just use English. The rest is me. I think it's down again to 16,800. Holy fuck. But yeah, I know like I know some people who stream and they like to mix their languages, and they're very good at it. I don't know how your brain has that switch, you know, that like tak tuk tak tuk. You go from like English to Indonesian to JP to KR, and like you can cater to anybody who comes to your chat. I wish I can do that, but unfortunately I can't. Even sometimes like switching between English and Indo sometimes gets me a bit frazzled. I don't think my brain was wired to do it. So just to be generally welcoming to anybody, I've just decided to use English. Also, I'm super rude when I'm using Indonesian, so there you go. Aku kalau pakai bahasa Indonesia tuh kasar. Kasar banget. So. Don't smile like that, Sadewa. I know what you're like too. How dare you smile? How dare you smile like that, Sadewa? I know your dirty laundries too, sir. When I use Indonesian, I'm more susceptible to using really, really bad words because that's just in my day-to-day vocabulary when I'm talking to my friends. So yeah. Kalau pakai bahasa Bali, I can understand Balinese, but to tell you guys the truth, I'm not entirely fluent in speaking Balinese. Yeah, that's because like for the longest time, even though I grew up like a majority of my growth years were spent living in Bali. I've moved a lot that sometimes in certain places I don't get to use Balinese growing up, you know? So, as opposed to somebody who has lived their entire life in Bali, I don't think I'm like 100% fluent. I'm probably only about like 70% fluent, or maybe like 80%, but yeah. But if like somebody talks in Balinese to me, yeah, of course I'm gonna understand it. I gotta try something. Oh no. Oh wait, I thought you were Jogjakartan. No, I'm not. Do you know both of these? Well, both of these nuts. But yeah, I don't know how you got to thinking that I'm from like central Java, like Jogjakarta, but I'm not. Jogja is a nice place though. I'm actually there's nothing Javanese in her accent. I am part Javanese though. I am part Javanese. Oh, that's another topic that I never really talked about with people. Like in my friend group, I'm almost always like the token Balinese girl, Balinese person, right? But what a lot of people don't know is that I'm only a quarter Balinese. Jowo Jozu. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't know. I'm only a quarter Balinese. No way. Yes way. The other like 75% of me is actually not Balinese. Huh, no kidding, yeah. So there you go. Even my Balinese, that's because even my Balinese parent is actually like only half Balinese. So therefore, as their child, I know that's not how genetics work, but like I think it's funnier to say like I'm only a quarter Balinese, because like even the Balinese part that I get from one of my parent is only half. So yeah. I have more Sunda in me actually. Sunda. I have more Sunda is West Javanese. Yeah. I have more Sunda in me than I do Balinese. So yeah. The genetics. That's literally how genetics work. What do you mean? I do have a bit of like middle Java in me. I have like a quarter or like how many percent of Solo in me, but I feel like if I say that, the Indonesians are gonna start joking about it. Just how many ethnicity do you have in you? Not a lot. I'm Southeast Asian through and through. It just so happens that my family in particular spent about 10 years or so living in the US. So yeah. Nah ini. kota itu. Mulai kan, gue bilang juga apa. Hah? Solo, ever try to run for Congress? Shut up. Shut up. You guys are gonna get me into trouble. Shut the fuck up. Oh, man. But yeah. Mungkin hanya perasaan gue aja. Okay, nyaleknya kapan? Shut up. You're gonna get me into trouble. That's confident jadi Angkara. I hate you guys so much. Have I ever told you that I hate you guys so much? Oh man. Out the nation context? I don't want to tell you the context. I'm gonna get into trouble. With our current political state. I don't wanna give you the context. I'm gonna get into trouble. But yeah, I don't know why. Oh, Ramson, thank you, Ramson PWNDZ. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, bird lady, you seem cool. Here's 3 feedy after YouTube's cut. Thank you so much. Oh, speaking of like YouTube cutting, I'm often reminded that a lot of my friends, and I guess a lot of people who like have never tried streaming either on Twitch or YouTube before, and trying to make money out of it, actually don't know this, but YouTube and Twitch actually have a payout system. So if you're ever wondering, like, hi Kay, like when I give you like a super chat, like how does it go? Does it go straight into your pockets? Does it go straight into your bank account and whatnot? And I'm glad you asked that for transparency's sake. The way that getting money from super chat works on YouTube is that you have to fulfill a payout quota first. And oftentimes, I actually haven't checked on YouTube, but on Twitch, that payout quota is $50 in USD. That meaning that even if you receive, let's say, even if in the event that you receive a lot of super chats and whatnot, if that amount of super chat and monetary support doesn't get to that 50 USD border, then you cannot cash it out. So yeah, like more YouTube education with Kay. I don't know who asked. Nobody asked, but like I thought that was just like a fun little information. So yeah. So if you have like, let's say, like a VTuber that you like, especially if they're indie, if you have like a VTuber or a streamer or just a content creator that you like, and you have the option between super chatting them versus like if they have a direct coffee or taco or traktir or like Streamlabs tipping, I actually gravitate more towards giving them straight into their Streamlabs, because I don't know how other people set up their Streamlabs, but for me, Streamlabs and coffee and whatnot go straight into my PayPal. That's how it goes for me. Whereas for super chats and other things, like if you're giving donations via like Twitch and sub and whatnot, it has to reach that $50 first before the content creator can cash it out. YouTube is around $100. Yeah, there you go. I kind of forgot how much is it for YouTube, because YouTube won't tell me, like right now, if I checked on my like, oh, how much money did I earn from the stream? It's not gonna tell me. It's gonna be like, oh, we can't show you because like you haven't actually reached the payout amount. Like, fuck you, YouTube. Yeah, and PayPal is banned in some countries. So yeah, there you go. It's rough. It's rough. Yeah, YouTube is around $100 for the payout. So if your favorite content creator doesn't reach that $100, then they can't like cash it out. Remember when I told some of you like, hey, I know I have a Twitch and I know my Twitch is monetized and like you can sub me in Twitch, but like you don't have to, since like I'm not active there. You shouldn't sub to me on Twitch, you know. Then somebody will like, no, I'm gonna give you my money. Like, oh, okay, first of all, you guys are very sweet. But second of all, the thing is, even if you're like, hee, I'm gonna give Kate money and you're gonna sub on my Twitch, I'm still not gonna be able to cash it out anyway. Because it has to accumulate. It has to accumulate until whenever it gets to like 50 USD. And then I can actually cash it out. So that's why I keep telling you guys not to spend money on me, okay? Because the actual economics of being like a content creator, even if as a hobby, like I can't imagine people who do this for a full-time job. Like it takes so much hard work, and that's why I respect them so much. But even like somebody like me who's only doing it for a hobby, like the true economics of doing this, it's kind of rough. Is it better to donate to you through somewhere else? It's better for you not to donate to me at all. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna stop you from like donating to me if you really want to. I'm not gonna say no to money, okay? I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not gonna say no to money. But this information is less about how you can support me, but just like an insight, because I know like some people here also have like other like VTuber Oshis and content creators that they love and they want to support. And here's an insight for you. For real though, where for me, the most direct that goes straight into like my bank account is actually local. It's actually my Traktir, because that one goes straight into my bank account, and so does my Coffee and Streamlabs. Although I say it goes straight into my bank account, but the real reality of it is that Coffee and Streamlabs go straight into my PayPal, and then from PayPal I transfer it to my actual like personal banking account. But of course, PayPal takes a cut. So first of all, you get a cut from the platform itself, and then you get a cut from PayPal, the taxes and everything. And if the amount that you're transferring from PayPal to your bank account is less than $100, if I remember correctly, is less than $100, you get another cut. So yeah, that is like I think that is like the real economics of it. You get a cut, and then when you go like into PayPal and you want to transfer from your PayPal to your actual local personal bank account, you get a cut too. Especially if you're only transferring like below $100 in that one transfer, you know, you get more cut. If you transfer more than $100, they actually give you less cut. So yeah, it's so unfair. But yeah, but I mean, I like talking about this because it keeps me grounded and being realistic with what I expect from doing this. because I have had friends who, maybe because they know that I like to stream, especially like I like to dabble in like the VTubing sphere. I've had friends come to me and ask me like, I'm thinking of like joining this and that and becoming a VTuber and this and that. What do you think? And I have to give them the truth nuke. Dar! there's, there's that Wojak meme, you know, pointing at an explosion. That's me. I'm like, oh, buddy. Like, well, depends on what you want to ask. Like, do you want to talk about the real economics of it? I come here to listen to Funny Bird Lady talking about corporate business unfairness. This is big, but yeah. I think like there's nothing wrong in wanting to be like a content creator full time. If anything, that you know, that seems like hard work, but it also comes with its privileges, and to some people that's like the dream, you know. I think for me that's sort of the dream too, but I don't know if it's ever possible, so I settle for just doing it as a hobby. But behind people who are trying to make it full time, that's like the actual economics of it. And if I want to get even more real, like some people think that, oh, like if being like an indie streamer, VTuber, content creator, whatever form that you take, like it's like ripe with capitalism, you know. You get a cut here, you get a cut there, and then at the end the actual amount that you get, even if people like donated a lot to you, is only like how many percentage. One of my friends told me like, well, if that's the case, isn't that why like a lot of people maybe gravitate more towards trying to debut or go into an agency or a company? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like because some people believe that doing so will grant them security, and yeah, that's very understandable. But again, even if you end up joining like agencies, corporation, companies, I think different places have different like contracts, right? And some places don't, I know that some places don't take any cuts from like their talents, from managing their talents, and some places take a lot of cuts. So it depends. It depends. I think at the end of the day, you just have to be smart, or as smart as you can be, you know, when trying to dabble in like full-time content creating, and also like joining groups and circles and agencies and corporations. You just have to be really attentive to it. Can't believe we have a VTuber morning class right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys with this, but I actually like talking about this. I actually really like talking about this. I don't know. There's so many. Sorry, I'm gonna drink some water. There's so many like little itty bitty things that I think goes off from the top of people's head when they imagine like themselves or other people embarking in trying to make like content and everything. So yeah, like I think like without getting into legal troubles here, I think the best way I could put it is that sometimes I like talking about it, especially with my friends when they're asking about it, when they also have dreams of like becoming a content creator, joining this and that. I try to give them as much. But well, again, like I'm not actually like a VTuber professor. Like I'm not actually John VTuber. Yeah, makasih ya, shut up. I'm actually not a VTuber professor, so even my current knowledge is probably like really rusty and in dire need of renovation, but I'd still like to offer it up because I don't want I don't want people to make some of the mistakes that I did, like in like many lifetimes ago. So yeah. Then why did I just pay tuition? That is true. Please keep your attention. This section will be included in the quiz later. I love getting insight on the bus. That is true. Yeah, I hope you guys have been taking notes because we're gonna be having a pop quiz in about 15 minutes. Quickly tell me how many, like if somebody donated $100 to you via super chat, how many dollars are you actually going to get into your bank account, assuming that it gets a cut from YouTube and then it gets a cut from PayPal? Dang, ChatGPT summarized the lecture. Oh man. Oh no, I have to go launder my dog. That's crazy. Not enough. 65 bucks. More or less. Shit, I was sleeping. You get about like, I'd say you get about like at least 80. Thankfully. $2. But yeah. But you know what, guys? I'm actually like, even though I'm always like trying to prevent 60 even though I'm always like trying to prevent my beloved friends from making some of the mistakes that I have made in the past when it comes to like creating content in general. I'm actually like really grateful for like everything that I have learned so far, because like right now I'm doing like I said again and again, I'm doing everything on my own, and actually being, I don't know, like being equipped with some knowledge on it has actually helped me manage this channel. It doesn't feel like too much of a challenge, you know, because I completely understand that for some people, like even if they're only streaming for a hobby, like running a solo channel and doing everything can get like really overwhelming. But in my case, I'm actually really grateful that so far it's been like incredibly manageable for me to do by myself. Yeah, because obviously I don't have the resources to like hire editors and managers and whatnot. Not that I want to or feel like I need to right now, but even if I wanted to or need to, I don't have the resources to do that. So that's like the one main thing that I'm super grateful for. So yeah. What time is this? It is currently 1:30, not 11:49 a.m. Okay, I think I can go on for about like 15 minutes more, and then I have to say goodbye to you guys because I actually have things that I need to work on. Jesus Christ. But yeah, how has your day been so far? How has your Saturday been? Except for the guy who said that he's thinking of getting a house. Holy shit. I slept from sahur and forgot that I just got here. Okay, let me think of something to yap about. I think I've yapped about I think I've yapped about like VTubing shit for a lot. So like, what else can I yap about? Same, got called by work too. I just got here. But yeah, good morning. My brakes failed in the middle of my way to work, so that's how my day went. What the fuck? Did you actually get it fixed? We're talking about the car, right? I had a really good day of language study and I had to throw away some cheese. Oh my god. Wait, why did you have to throw it away though? Don't cheese get tastier the more moldy they are? Yeah, it's at the shop now, thank god. I bought a sandwich, ternyata kurang enak. Oh no! Oh, actually, same. I bought a sandwich yesterday from like this like Korean sandwich shop. I don't know like I'm not really sure what's so Korean about the sandwich. They taste like really normal, but they were priced at like 50k. I don't know why I thought about buying it. I was like, wow, a 50k sandwich must be really good, you know? And then I bought it and then it was like, oh, like I could have made it. It didn't even have like special bread or anything. It's literally just sari roti. Like I don't know why. I had one very simple thing to do at work and I didn't do it at all. And then tacos for lunch. I want tacos for lunch. Floor cheesecake. Oh. Not when it's soft cheese. Did the sandwich make you able to speak Korean? Unfortunately not. I got $200 boots new for oh, so that was nice. Lunch was bad, so that was bad. Evens out, I guess. The karmic balance. Congrats on monetization, thank you. How about something that locals know but foreigners don't know about Bali? It is far from a paradise island. Stop coming to Bali and thinking like you're gonna have like some self-discovery that it's a free-for-all paradise island, nobody gives a shit kind of place. No, it's not. It's really, really not. My biggest gripe, you know what? I'm just gonna be real with you guys. My biggest gripe as somebody who is born like actually born into a Balinese bloodline and therefore am forever tied by like living her life as a Balinese woman and like having Balinese tradition. It's not fun. It's not fun, especially for a woman, okay? And I'm not only talking about like international tourists. I'm not talking about, sorry, but like I'm not only talking about the white people coming to Bali. Coming to Bali, like trying to unlock their chakras and shit. Like, first of all, if you're doing that, fuck you. Second of all, even like between fellow Indonesians, sometimes I have friends, Indonesian friends, but non-Balinese people who like they look into like the way Bali runs itself as an island and as a society and as per traditions and whatnot, and they see something flawless and fun and they're like, oh, I wish like my tradition was like that. And I'm like, do you? Do you? Because I think there's like a it's like when people tell you like there's a difference between like per se going to Japan as a tourist and actually living your life as a Japanese member of society. I think that's say like that goes to everything, you know, including Bali. Like there's a big difference between like seeing the place as like a tourist or somebody who like isn't like don't have the obligation to run off with like Balinese tradition and somebody who is actually Balinese by blood. You mean it's not a path to ultimate enlightenment? All those video games were full of shit, man, I'm telling you. Opening chakras, it's Denpasar, not Konoha. It's like the place Japan meme, but with Bali instead. Yeah, that's basically it. Culture is completely different when you're totally involved in it. I agree. Like, um, actually, like, when it comes to like talking with my friends and whatnot, I don't really often talk about like my cultures from back home, you know? And sometimes they question me, like, actually, like, you're Balinese, right? Like, why don't you talk about like uh this and that and whatnot and whatnot? And I always tell them, because I have a lot of complaints with it. Not saying that it's all bad, not at all. Some of it are really good. Some of it I can vibe with. Some of it has helped me, but like, I have a lot of complaints. And I do mean and I do mean a lot of complaints. But I think that's always the case. Yeah, exactly like you said. From the outside, foreign cultures always seem like, wow, really exotic, you know? Like, I should do that too. But yeah, like, really, should you? Until you dig deeper and see the negative sides, yeah. Like, okay, I'll give you guys like a very easy example of it, but I'm warning you, this is not like this example doesn't mean that this goes like this for every single Balinese person out there. No, this is just my experience with it, and again, it's not a pleasant experience. But to give you guys an example of why I have my own gripes, you know, like I have my own gripes with my bloodline. I have my own problems and complaints with my bloodline, my lineage, my faith, whatever you want to call it. Not the Bali Google Daki. Um, it's actually like a big turning point of why I I don't know, like I got hit with the Wokify beam. I hate calling it that, but let's call it that just for the hee hee ha ha. Like a big, I've always been hit with it, but like the biggest me being hit with the Wokify beam was actually during my father's passing. Um, because as you know, I don't think I ever told you guys this, but um, we don't know the cause of his death. Until this day, I don't know what killed my father. And that is something that I am still emotionally processing until this day, right? So I think I mentioned this before, but the timeline of his passing, and I know this is like something really personal, but don't worry, I know things that I'm comfortable talking about and things that I'm not comfortable talking about, so don't worry. But the timeline of his passing is that he passed around, or I found his body. I was the person who found his body. I found his body at like 11, or was it 10 a.m.? It's kind of hazy for me. But about like 15 minutes before that, he was alive and completely fine. We were in our home and my mom was cooking breakfast, and then she handed my dad a glass of juice. He was like, "Hey honey, do you want some juice?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I love some juice." And then he took the juice and then he went into his study, his room, to do, like, he has a habit of like answering emails from work. So he went into his room, closed the door, whatnot, blah 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 blah. And then about 15 minutes later, I come in and he's dead. Okay, so that is the context of his passing, and therefore, and did you know that the ambulance took 40 minutes to arrive? 40 minutes. 40 fucking minutes. So during those 40 minutes, I desperately tried to resuscitate him. I did like CPR nonstop. Like my hands were hurting, my arms were hurting, my muscle were like cramping and everything, but I didn't stop because like I was so fucking desperate, man. And then terrible time to launder my dog. Yeah. Um and then when the ambulance did come, um I could already tell that he was gone. Like I've seen corpses before, and I could tell that my father was gone. Like his fingers were already cold and blue, and so were his lips, and he's gone. And then by the time the paramedics came, there were two of them, and then all they told me was like they did a few pushes of CPR, and they're like, nope, he's gone. And I was like, fuck. So they loaded him up into the ambulance, and then the ambulance took him to the hospital. And I got to the hospital, and they did a few, like they tried to see if he still had any pulses, and he had no pulses. So within 1 hour, I lost my father, baited his body, and then pushed him into the morgue. And like, okay, that whole entire thing was really fucked up, right? But I'd like to focus on the fact that the whole thing of we don't know what actually killed him. We've assumed that it was his heart problems, but we don't really know, right? It's still a mystery until this day. My biggest problem is that because my father is some sort of a quite, like, how do I put it? He's quite a prominent, somewhat important figure in our like Balinese clan. And yes, I do say the word clan because the family is that big, right? Because he's like the head of the family and a prominent figure in the Konoha village, in like the clan and whatnot. Like people were hounding over trying to crack like the mystery of his passing and whatnot. And because of like culture and fate and whatnot, that manifested in ways like they would go to spirit mediums to call my father's dead spirit to answer questions, but they would not tell me that they were doing it because they believe, like, because fate and culture dictated that it was alright to do, they did it. And then they would come to me and then tell me like, I spoke to your father and your father said blah 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 blah. And funniest thing is always like seeing people come up with different answers. I've had people tell me that, oh no, your father said that he died naturally, it was a heart attack. And then I've had people tell me that, yeah, he was murdered, it's murder. And I've even had people tell me that, oh yeah, he was murdered, and because now you're replacing him, Kay, you're going to be next. And I was like, cool. That was a murder threat, but like, cool. Without even asking you, yeah. The thing that I hate most about like this particular expression of faith and culture is that when things like this happen, when there's that vacuum of power, people are going to try and use faith and cultural pressure as a way to manipulate you. What do you even do with that? I told them to fuck off. I told them all to fuck off. Even to the people who told me like, oh, like your father got murdered and you're going to be murdered next. And I'm like, cool, whatever, fuck off. I mean, that's like I said, that's the one thing that I don't appreciate about people who try to use faith and culture in that way. Like, is calling up a spirit medium to talk to somebody who's deceased culturally acceptable from where I come from? Yes, it's incredibly culturally acceptable. Even in some places, it's like encouraged. It's like a completely normal thing to do, that you call up a spirit medium and try to talk to your deceased loved ones. But the purpose has always been more benevolent. The purpose has always been more like, we want to help the parted spirit, like, take care of unfinished business, right? But the thing I don't like about this is that there's always going to be people who try to use it and turn it for malicious intents. Unfair thing to do to someone who's grieving, exactly. Or like how during his funeral, during my father's funeral, which, if you know, in Balinese culture, we cremate the bodies, right? We have a whole procession for it. It's called ngaben, if you ever want to Google it up. During his funeral, I remember that culturally, in my clan, in my family, when somebody passes away, the family that's left behind usually gets like grievance money. You know, it's usually, I'm gonna be really honest, it's usually like not really big in amount. But for me, it's not really about the amount. It's about the fact that it's tradition, and like it's just a gesture, and I appreciate it nonetheless, right? Regardless of like how little or how big you're willing to give me. You know what happened during his funeral? They purposely came to my mother, because they know that my mother is more distraught than I am, because since the day that my father passed, I couldn't cry. I couldn't cry because I immediately realized I was surrounded by sharks and rats, and I had to protect my mother. But they caught me off guard. That was my bad. Ako lang. I was distracted, and I promised myself never to be caught off guard like that ever again. But there was a moment during his funeral where we were like washing his body and drying it and preparing it to be cremated. And there was a moment where I wasn't with my mother. And of course, some of the people in my own clan, you know, imagine my own clansmen. I thought we were family. Like, imagine people telling you all your life, like, you are of Uchiha blood. You will always be an Uchiha, you know. You carry the Uchiha blood, and it is your duty to continue the Uchiha bloodline. Now imagine that very same Uchiha clansman going up to your grieving mother who's crying and telling her, "Oh, madam, I am so sorry for your loss, but we know that traditionally we're supposed to give you the grievance money and whatnot, but we see that your daughter and your family, you're actually like." Basically what they're saying is that we know your husband died, but we see that your family isn't like financially bankrupt. So what if we don't give you the grievance money, and like we keep it for the village, you know? I'm sure it's what your husband would want it. I'm sure it's what your husband, it's for his honor. It's for the honor of his spirit. And of course, my mother, grieving and distraught, said yes. Imagine. That's just corruption. Yeah, imagine. I'd perform an Itachi. I'm not gonna lie, I have become my clan's Itachi. Let me guess, someone in your family now runs the whole house, right? That person is me. That person is now currently me. Do I like being in this position? No. But the other option of me not instating myself as the head of the family is having me and my mother, especially because we're women, be manipulated and abused by the system. And I will not take that. At the funeral, that's crazy. That's so manipulative and sadly not surprising. Yeah, I've had like people also come up to me and tell me that, oh, I went to the spirit medium and I met your father, and your father told me that he's going to give me, like, he has this like land, you know, he has this land, and he told me, tell my daughter that she shouldn't like use the land or even like sell the land. Like, I tell my daughter that I'm going to give the land to you. And then they come to me and they're like, so yeah, that's what your dad said, so give me the land. And I'm like, you expect me to believe some heebie-jeebie bullshit that you get from a spirit medium, especially when I'm not there during the medium session? You expect me to believe that shit? And they're like, you don't have faith. And I'm like, I would rather be called a heretic. I would rather be called a witch, a bitch, a heathen, a heretic, than to bow down to you assholes in the name of faith, okay? I'm sorry you have to put up with that BS. The truth is, I am used to it. Did they think you're stupid 5-year-old or something? No. But in my particular village and clansmen, women are expected to be entirely submissive, you know? So now seeing somebody leading the family, me being a woman, and seeing that I'm not submissive at all, it does something to some people out there. You're my favorite edgy warranted bird. Yeah, well, I went to the spirit medium and she said that you're cringe. It's also the reason why in my Uchiha clan, women of my age, I'm gonna be 28 this year, women of my age who are still unmarried and have no prospect of marriage are seen as incredibly shameful. And that applies to me too. And ever since my father died, I've had like fellow clansmen, extended family, try to set me up for marriage with, oh, the son of this guy and the son of that guy. But I've always said no, even if I find that I actually vibe with the people, surprisingly. The reason being is that in my culture, when a woman marries, you no longer belong. This is very Silent Hill F. I don't know if you guys have played Silent Hill F, but this is why I fuck with Silent Hill F, because it brings up a lot of issue that cultures sometimes propose, mostly to women, but not always to women, just like generally, but you know, from a woman's perspective. My problem is that culturally, where I come from, if I marry somebody, even if they're a fellow clansman and whatnot, like a fellow Uchiha, even if I marry a fellow Uchiha and whatnot, like someone who's also from my village and whatnot, I no longer belong to my family, my core family. Instead, I will belong to my husband's family. And not only does that mean I am foregoing my family name, but it does mean that culturally, women like me do not get their share of inheritance. If your family has like traditional inheritances, lands, money, gold, weapon, whatever, right? Assets, whatever. In our place, the only people who actually get that inheritance are the men. The women don't get any. Okay, especially if you marry a man and enter their family, because since the day of your marriage you become a part of your husband's family, not the other way around. And the reason why it pissed me off is that imagine your father died and you see, like, people can see that you immediately took charge, and they have a problem with you taking charge because you're the only reason barring them between them and whatever family asset that they want their hands on. So, inheritance problem, right? So, they try to get rid of you by trying to forcibly marry you to a man. So, there you go. That sounds misogynistic. It is misogynistic. Very, very patriarchal indeed. In my family's case in particular, the actual family heir, if you want to put it like that, the actual family heir is actually my brother. He wields the ultimate power because, again, the family lineage is believed to be continued only by the male child, right? So in my culture, I actually don't matter, guys. In my culture, I actually don't matter, guys. I only matter now because my brother currently is too busy to actually act as like family head, because as you know, he's currently studying to be a surgeon. And I told him, because studying to be a surgeon takes about like 4 to 5 years, and my father died during his first semester. Okay, so I told my brother, I don't want you to drop out. I don't want you to stop studying. If you want to be a surgeon, you'll be a surgeon, okay? You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about the family business. You don't have to worry about the rats that are attacking us, and you don't have to worry about protecting our mom because you have me. Okay? Like you have your little sister, and at least for the next 4 years or so, you can leave it up to me. And then when you're done and when you're ready, I'll transfer all of it to you, and then I'm finally free. If somebody wants to murder me, then murder me. I don't care because I still have my brother, so it doesn't matter. Okay, that's the truth of it. Like, I am a woman in my family. I mean nothing. I mean nothing, in the grand scheme of things. I'm only doing this because, like, this is the only way for me to protect people from going after my brother. But what if they murder him? Well, they won't, because right now the one who's in power is me. So the biggest threat of me being in this seat right now is obviously people threatening me, but I'd rather people threaten me than my brother. So yeah. That's the entirety of it. My brother is a bit more untouchable right now because people don't often see him. My brother is kind of mysterious to the entire family and the clan because he's so busy with his own life. He rarely makes like appearances, in like the whole society of it. So he is actually a bit untouchable because people don't know where he is, what he's doing, like what his businesses what his businesses are, because somebody else is already like making their public debut, and that's me. You're like a gatekeeper. It is my job to gatekeep. Man. But yeah, that's the reality of it. And I've had people. That's why I've been like saying entirely no to like any marriage prospects, because if I get married before my brother is done with his schooling and therefore ready, to take on some of the family responsibility. If I get married before that, or like if anything happens to me before that, then that's it. Then there's nobody else gatekeeping any threats between like other people and our family. And I know some of you might be thinking, okay, like how bad can some of the threats be? Bad. I've told you guys that at some point my mother asked me if I was willing to get a gun certification. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. That's the reason why sometimes, especially like I live in a different city right now. But when I come home to my hometown and everything, sometimes my mother and I would actually hire security, because it's bad. Especially for women, it's bad. So yeah, there you go. For her special, she wields a gun. Oh my god. I heard my relatives went down in a squabble after maternal grandpa died. I feel like maybe it's a good thing I grew up in America. Outside of Yeehaw land, that's saying something. I know. Like my mother asking that out of me, especially like in Indonesia of all places where like gun law is incredibly strict. This isn't America, right? Where it might be relatively easier for somebody to get firearms. No. Like for her to ask me to consider that, yeah, it was bad. Family politics, it's really ugly. I even had like some of my relatives about 3 months after my father's funeral. Like how should I put it? Kind of reminded me of a story I've heard of, that a family suddenly became Three Kingdoms scenario, fighting for the inheritance. That's kind of like what's happening to me right now. Did you know that some of my I'm just gonna say it. Did you know that some of my like distant aunts are trying to take me into the courtroom because they want to say that I and my brother are not legitimate heirs of the family? Incredibly crazy. So that, yeah, I'm going to court in like a few months. I can't believe every time I have to tell people like, hey, you're going to court. Why? What did you do? And I'm like, I didn't do anything. Some people are trying to say that I'm not my father's daughter. What about the DNA test? Of course the DNA test says that I'm biologically his daughter. The fuck? So yeah, even some of my own aunts are trying to get rid of me and my brother from the throne. Ace attorney. Civil court, there you go. One of the funniest thing though is that their own lawyer, because we had a meeting with our own lawyers, the funniest thing is going into a Zoom and then seeing their lawyer, not my lawyer, their lawyer saying like, are you sure you want to go through with this? And they were like, yeah, like I don't believe that she's eligible, like to be up on the seat, because blah 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 blah. And then the lawyer said like, but like she's biologically the head of the family's daughter, legitimate daughter, not even like a bastard daughter, but like legitimate daughter. Like you do know in like the national law that that's like prioritized over everything. So yeah, I'm like, get out of here. Like, get me out of here. Oh man, they don't really have a case, but I'm gonna let them try anyway. I like seeing them try to make a fool of themselves. If your own lawyer aren't sure, maybe you need a second guess. Oh man. And then at some point, it's really, how should I put it? Like, I'm not saying that it's all bad. I've had people who really sympathize and empathize with me when my father passed, because they understood that my father passing wasn't just about my grief of losing a father, but it's also about unlocking a shitstorm, unlocking an entire Three Kingdom war, and I have no choice but to participate in it and get my hands dirty and bloodied and do things and say things that I'm not proud of in order to protect my mother and my brother. So to me, losing my father wasn't just about like, well, I don't have a dad anymore, but it's also about like, the entire war of it. If anything, I'd say that I don't think I've like 100% properly grieved his loss, because the moment he was gone, I was immediately pulled into that war. And I mean immediately, guys. Do you know how soon the war started? This entire stupid ass war. The moment he died and we put him into the ambulance and the ambulance drove him into the hospital, because the ambulance already had my mother on it, I told my mother that it's okay, you can ride into the ambulance with dad, and I'll call up one of my uncles, and then I'll ride with my uncle to the hospital, right? So I called up my uncle, and 5 minutes later he came, and we drove to the hospital, like tailgating the ambulance and everything. And he hasn't even died for like 15 minutes. And you know what my uncle did? He drove and he cried and cried and cried, and I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even cry because my brain was already thinking of like, how am I gonna pay the bills? How am I gonna continue the family business? How am I gonna pay for the funeral and this and that and this and that? But he cried and he cried and he cried. And then during that drive, my uncle, my own uncle, my own like Uchiha bloodline clansman, whatever the fuck when you call it, like family or whatnot. My own uncle told me like, oh, like, and then he said my father's name, and it's like, you died. See, I told you. This is what you get for being a selfish bastard. My father paid for his daughter's wedding. My father paid for half of the loan of this man's home. My father paid for the weddings of all my cousins, and now he's dead and he can't even attend my wedding if I ever have one, or my brother's wedding if he ever has one. And this guy has the audacity to tell me like, oh, this is what you get for being a selfish bastard next to me, So yeah, I'm actually the youngest in my generation of my family, clan, whatever you want to call it. So I've always been the more quiet between like my sibling and my cousins and whatnot. But ever since my father passed, I am no longer the quiet one, because the moment he said that, I told him to shut up. In front of his daughter. Yeah, I had to remind this guy who paid for his daughter's wedding. Like, who paid for that shit? Who was it that like helped the wedding and like looked into the venue and paid for the catering and whatnot? Like, what the fuck? And then like 3 months after my father's funeral, the same uncle and aunts came to my mother And then they asked her for money to buy a car. Did they actually need to buy a car? No, they had a car. Their car was fine. But they told my mother, like, oh, we wanted to upgrade our car. Please, like, please help us. We're family. We're siblings, you know. You married my brother. We're sibling and whatnot. And again, my mother, bless my mother's heart. I love her, but she desperately needs somebody to be the bad cop because people can manipulate her and her heart easier. And my mother said yes, so she gave them the money, and they were like, "Oh, thank you. We promise we'll give you back." Blah 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 blah. And about 2 months later, my mother asked them, like, "Hey, what happened? Like, can I ask, like, when can I expect you to start paying back the money for the car and everything?" And classic Indonesian thingy, they're the ones who got angry at my mom. They're the ones who got angry at my mom and said that she was selfish and that she had no heart. And they said, like, "Oh, like, how could you? We know your husband died, but I bet he left you a lot of inheritance money, and you can't even spare some of that money to help, like, to help a clansman? Kalakan yang ngutang, anjir. They're lucky you didn't have a gun license indeed." But it's okay, guys. There's a reason why I'm called Karma. You know why? Because Karma never sleeps, and she's going to get you one of these days. And you wanna know something really funny? They've recently been diagnosed with cancer. So yeah. Don't really know how to feel about it. I kind of feel like I wanna laugh. Does that make me evil? I guess, but like, whatever. I kind of feel like I want to laugh when I heard the news, but I was like, "Oh, does that make me evil? I don't care." Yeah. The craziest thing, nah, that's karma, baby. If you don't, we will. Yes, please laugh so that I feel better for laughing. I think that the craziest thing, hopefully they won't ask you for money for their medication. Oh, they will. They will. Am I gonna give it to them? Maybe. If I can afford to help, you know what? Fine. I'll help. But I'm gonna tell them every single thing that they've told me when my father passed. Because ever since my father passed, they kept telling my mom, like, "Oh yeah, we know your husband died and he was the sole breadwinner of your family, but like, you should still be grateful, you know, that you're still alive and whatnot and whatnot, and blah 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 blah." I'm gonna say the same shit to them. "Oh yeah, I know you got diagnosed with cancer, but like, you still masih harus ngelihat ke atas. Kamu masih harus bersyukur dan ngelihat ke atas." So yeah, if they want money out of me, then they're gonna have to deal with it. Okay, why you trying not to laugh, bird? That's disrespectful as shit. The thing is, we do have a rule in my culture that whoever is the head of the family, they do get a higher piece, like a larger piece of the family inheritance. But the reason why they get the larger piece of the inheritance is because they have to use that money and asset not only for themselves, but they have to be responsible for providing for like their extended family, including their siblings and the family of their siblings. And that is what happened to my father. My father is the heir of the family, therefore he got a bigger cut from like the family inheritance, right? But he knows his responsibility, and that's why he's always been the one who pays for my cousins like weddings, or if my cousins are like going to have master degrees, outside of Indonesia. Like some of them went to Germany or like Netherlands, Europe, and whatnot. He is also the one who covers that expenses, which is really funny because sometimes he's a cheapskate with me. I'm hungover, so I'm glad you're streaming. Take care, buddy. It's really funny. Sometimes I love my dad because he's a man of duty and he understands that, shit, I got a higher piece of the inheritance, but in return, I have to take care of my sibling and my niece and nephew. Okay, I'll do it. But then, like, in comes me, his actual daughter. Sometimes I'd be like, Dad, my phone is like 6 years old and the screen is cracked. Blah 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 blah. Do you think we can use a bit of money to buy like a new phone? And then my dad be like, interesting. Okay, make me an entire presentation of why you need a phone, like a new phone, and then come with like a 3-page research on like the most optimum phone model. And then like we'll come up with a dividend, we'll come up with like how much you have to pay and how much I'm willing to help you. And I was like, God damn. But now looking back, I'm like as infuriating as it is that he was like that, he was like so calculating with me. I'm actually glad because it made me really careful with money and like handling it. The thing is, I don't like it because my father was the head of the Uchiha clan and I was his daughter. Obviously that made me like the clan princess, right? And my brother like the clan prince and whatnot. The thing is, I don't like when people bring that up to me because, first of all, did you know that like in my culture, even like some people address me with honorifics. Like, you know how in anime sometimes they call certain characters with like sama as like an honorific because I don't know, like they're like they're somebody. Yeah, same shit with me, and I never liked it. Whenever people do it to me, I feel it's very cringy. Imagine if somebody came up to you and like, oh, karma sama, like, ugh. Yikes. It doesn't feel good. I'm like, oh no, yeah. And what I don't like is that is one heavy yikes. What I don't like is that because my father is the head of the family and I am his daughter and therefore like the princess of the clan and whatnot, like they assume that he spoils me, and that became a struggle with me growing up because nobody took any of my problems seriously. Like, this is why as an adult I'm now relearning that it's okay to tell people my problems. And my friends are helping me with that. Thank you, friends, because growing up with that kind of spotlight on you, people tend to not take my concerns or problems seriously because they assume that like she's not feeling well, blah blah blah, whatever, like her dad's going to spoil her and make the problem go away. But they don't realize that my father was incredibly busy trying to take care of the entire family that sometimes I don't get to see him, and only now after his death do people learn that he was he was especially calculating with me. Like, like only now do people know that I actually worked my way through college, like bought my own laptops, bought my own phones. Like if I wanted to buy something, I worked my ass off for it, took jobs and whatnot, took commissions and whatnot. People don't know that because they assume that, oh, like everything she has, like her father paid for it. If you actually knew my father, you'd know that he was the harshest man. My father was like a military sergeant. That doesn't mean that like that doesn't mean that I'm not like privileged. Of course, of course I'm privileged. It's important to know that, but that doesn't mean that every single aspect of my life was like drowned in like privilege and easy solutions. So yeah, that also meant like that's the reason why some of my family members don't particularly like sympathize with me when my you know what, I'm gonna say it's not even my family members. Some of the people who I thought were my friends also, like some of them didn't sympathize with me losing my father, or what it meant for me to lose my father and being thrown into a war, into a Game of Thrones war that I didn't ask for. Some of them didn't sympathize with me at all because they think like, yeah, whatever, like your dad died, so what? Anjir, begitulah. Did my father actually try to train me for this? He did. At some point, he sat me and my brother down, and told us like someday, like Simba, someday this entire colony will be yours, or some shit like that. And me, little Simba, was like, wow. But like we didn't expect it to happen now. Usually people rise up to be like the family head like at the age of maybe like 30 or 40 or maybe even 50, right? Because so long as the family head was still alive, then it's like the Queen of England, right? Like she's still queen even though she is old as fuck. And her sons, even though like her son is also old as fuck, he's still a prince, not a king. Same shit, right? Nobody expects to go up on that seat at my age. It doesn't happen, okay? I mean, neither did Simba. Oh man. Yeah. That's why sometimes I don't like talking about like my background or my family, but I'm trying to undo that now. I think sometimes it's important like people to know like a bit of information about my background, especially when it comes to like my interaction with friends, because sometimes I don't want them to think like, oh, like why can K blah 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 but I can't blah blah blah. Well, that's because we have different backgrounds, and I might have certain privileges that you don't, or you might have certain privileges that I don't. But yeah, like you shouldn't compare yourself to me when we have completely different backgrounds and whatnot. Don't be harsh on yourself. But yeah, sad that my father passed. But I don't know, his passing in a way revealed a lot of people's true colors. Not even my own family members, but like my friends too, or I guess the people that I thought were friends. Gus Fring were not the same. Oh man, crazy. Oh, don't get me started on. Jeez. This one actually disgusts me, but don't get me started on the men who are immediately trying to court my mom. Ew. 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 Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Disgusting. So bad. That was so bad. Dude. Your mom? Yeah, my mom. Oh, brother. Yeah. So, like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, I think it's bad enough if you try to forcibly marry me, or I've had men. This is really unpleasant, guys. So trigger warning. But I've had men who, in the course of this familiar war, basically tell me that, oh, you should get married, or better yet, maybe we should just get you pregnant so that you'll get married anyway. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna call the police and buy a gun. It's bad enough that you do that to me. Doing that to my mother? You don't deserve to see heaven. Gross. Gross. That's an immediate gun. That's a threat. It is a threat. That's what I mean. When I say that the threat is real, and like like I can't afford to be relaxed, I do mean it. Disgusting. Really disgusting. I've had like men who try to enter courtship with my mother, and they don't even do it like nicely. Some of them are like, oh, where are you right now? Where do you live right now? And then my mother obviously is like, I don't want to tell you where I live. What the fuck? And then the man would be like, oh, like, I'm gonna come over anyway. You live in the city, right? And then they send her a picture of a plane ticket that they already bought to go to our city where we live now. I don't know where the fuck they knew that where we live, but like and then they showed her like a picture of like a plane ticket that they already got, And then they were like, oh, I'm gonna come over, okay? Like, hey, I can afford business class. Who cares? Me too. But yeah, that's the reason why. That's like partly I get so disgusted by it. Ew. Like, that's partly the reason why I've been like spending the past 1 year or so since my father passing trying to make sure that my family is financially all right. Not only to support my brother who still has to go to school, but it's also to pamper my mother a lot. Like, now my mother is capable of indulging in her hobbies. Like, oh my god, guys, my mother entered a choir group. Did you know that my mother loves to sing? She has like the voice of an angel. Mama Crow has the voice of an angel. And now, because things are settling down in the family business side of things, she can afford to indulge in her hobbies. And I'm trying to save up to take her to places that she said she's always wanted to go. Like, she told me like, oh, I've always wanted to go to Japan, so I've been trying to save up to take her to Japan. I try to give her like, get her like to do some like pampering, like once a month, like cut her hair, get her nails done, and whatnot. The point is, I don't need no fucking man to do that. That's the point. That is the point. I don't need no fucking man to do that. You'll get my blessing. You'll get my blessing to court my mom when you can pamper her better than I already can. You get my blessing to even think about being my stepfather if you have half of the balls that I already do have. That's basically it. Because like, man, like, fuck about gender roles, right? People in my culture always coming up to me and telling me like, but you're a woman, you know, like culturally the gender role is that the woman isn't supposed to be the one who's like being the head of the family and doing the business and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, well, situation demands that I take upon those more traditionally masculine roles. I don't care about it. Why should you care about it? Right? Like, who cares? If anything, I'm capable of being both a man and a woman of my family. And if you're even thinking about joining my family, then you have to be half as capable as I am. Get out of here with that. Tapi kayak kamu kan cewek. Iya, gue cewek. Tapi buktinya gue udah ngisi role cowok juga di keluarga gue. Yang kerja gue, yang pusing gue, yang ngurusin pajak gue, yang ngurusin uang gue, yang ngangkat galon gue, bersihin genteng gue, yang masak di rumah juga gue. Ya udah semuanya aja gitu loh. Kayak survival, like survivability doesn't care about gender roles. So that's why I hate it when people come up to me and they're like, oh, but you're not, like, you know, like you're not acting very lady. Like, I don't care, okay? Like the people threatening me and my mother's safety don't care if I act ladylike or not. Ew. Why must you remind me of them pajak? I am so sorry. Oh man. Yeah, that's right. You guys, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think like people try to tell me like, oh my god, Kay, how does it feel to be the family's princess? Horrible. Horrible, okay? Whoever, like, whichever Wattpad AU has been feeding you lies about being like a, oh, the princess of the clan or whatever, lies. It's horrible. Don't do it. I hate it here. But yeah. I'm sorry I'm rambling a lot about my life problems, but I hope it was entertaining to you guys. I never knew this is an R18 stream mention of pajak. Oh, I'm also thinking of, we have family in Europe and my mother has been thinking of wanting to visit them. So I've been like working to save up some money for that too. So who knows? She said she wanted to go in the summer. I'm like, I don't know why you want to go to Europe in the summer, but okay, queen, we'll see what we can do. But I don't know if I'm gonna go with her or not, but if I am, then maybe I'll be a bit away during the summer. This is why you should read Apothecary Diaries. Yeah, that's right, you should read Apothecary Diaries. Okay, like clan shit, royal shit sucks. Okay, it fucking sucks. Europe in this economy, I know. Better than going to Europe in winter, I guess. Yeah, but I wanted to go in like spring maybe, or autumn. Spring or autumn. All of us don't like doing taxes. There's way too much regulation. Oh man. But yeah, that's like also partly why I think like, I mean, now you guys know why I think that, you know, as much as we like to joke like, okay, going to a wedding, is it your wedding? The truth of it all, as I said, like, I think it's impossible, even if I was interested in getting married, in which case I'm thankful that right now I have zero interest. I have zero interest in settling down. But I think it's impossible for me to settle down if my brother isn't ready to take over like the things that I have on my hands right now. Second, dude, like, realistically speaking, I cannot imagine anybody wanting to like marry into this. Holy fuck. like even if like my aunts and uncles are trying to get me into arranged marriages, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna tell people? Hey, do you want to marry me? Like my clan is full of psychotic people who apparently talk to my dead father without my consent, and then tell me without my consent that like, oh yeah, your father told me that you should give me $1 million. And also I have people trying to like threatening to kill me. Who the fuck wants a piece of that? I don't. Who the fuck wants a piece of that? I don't do that. Oh man. Hell yeah, and then we can do bets on how long I live. Oh man. Some people are into it. So the actual conclusion is that you're not going Itachi enough. Yeah, I'm not unlocking my full Itachi potential here. I can fix her. Oh man, but yeah. To be honest, I always joke about like my own, this is getting kind of grim, but like ever since I've been getting those threats and whatnot, and having people say that, oh he's dead and so will his daughter if she doesn't get away, get out of our way and whatnot, I've normalized that so much that sometimes I joke about it, about, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm probably not gonna live long or whatever and whatnot. That like one time my brother cried to me and said like, Kay, I can't do this without you, okay? Like, I forbid you from dying before me, all right? Please don't die before me. I can't do this without you. And then when he said that, that's when it hit me like, oh shit, all right, yeah, I shouldn't. that's when I felt the guilt, and I was like, all right, I shouldn't joke about it. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna live a long life, brother. Oh jeez. Oh dang it, I can't say go ahead, solve all my problems anymore. Kay's future husband has to undergo rigorous knight and loyal family politics training. Nah, like whoever, if I ever settle down, whoever ends up being my partner just has to have aura. Hello. Even if it is like a possibility, a reality that might happen in some version of me, you know, across the K multiverse, whoever I settle down with, even if I settle down, whoever I settle down with just has to have aura. Because you're gonna need some untouchable aura to go along with this shit for your own survivability. Just get a wife, Kay, that way you always win. That's what I've been trying to tell people. That's what I've been trying to tell people, and they're like, oh, I present to you, Lady K, I present to you the son of this family, and I'm like, stop presenting me with the fucking sons, present me with the fucking daughters. Like, stop presenting me with your sons, okay? They stink, I don't want them. I want to be friends with your daughters. Problem solved. But yeah. I'm sorry to a few people who just got in, but I do think that I'm gonna have to end the stream after this. So I'm sorry if anybody who just got in, especially Thunder. I'm so sorry. What if he's none of that but really good at crossy roads? Oh, that's sexy. That's sexy. You know what? It's fine. Like minus aura, incapable, irresponsible, but a master of crossy roads. That's sexy. Crossy Road mention. It's my favorite game ever. Everybody play Crossy Road. No, I literally just got here. You just appeared in my recommendations. Hello, Toshid. I'm so sorry, but I have been yapping for about 3 hours and it is lunchtime. So, you know, I have to, I have to pamper my mother. I made a big pot of chicken soup because she was sick. And she liked chicken soup, so I made a huge pot of chicken soup. So I'm gonna warm it up and serve it up for my dear mother. To be fair, you went on like an hour longer than you said before. Yeah, I said I was gonna like end it at like 12 p.m. and it's not 1 p.m. Okay, chicken soup. I just got in. Are we monetized? We are monetized, but I don't have membership open yet. So anyway, TLDR membership, you can super chat me now if you wish to. Thank you. But for memberships, and also you might run into ads in the future because I keep forgetting that I can monetize my streams, like this one. I forgot that I didn't monetize this stream. So there you go. Membership is gonna still take a while because I'm only going to open like a $1, $2 membership just for people to be able to unlock badges and emotes if they want to, because I don't have the capacity and time and energy right now to do like exclusive content for members. Whatever I do publicly is just gonna be what everybody gets. But if you want to spend $1, $2 to support me and to get some badges and emotes, they will come. I'm going to commission a friend of mine to make a few pixel art emotes. I think we've unlocked about like 4 slots. Usually, I forgot if it like slowly unlocks more by subscriber or time. I kind of forgot. But for anybody who's like firstly opening membership, it's usually like 4 or 5 slots. Oh, Thunder, thank you. Obtain money. Thank you. I will accept the money. Can we get duo karaoke with you and KarmicKrow? Maybe. Don't know how I feel about my mother appearing in streams. Now that you know, like, the kind of shit that we've been through. But yeah, we'll think. We'll see. I'll think about it. Accept money. Members count unlocks more. All right, it is members that unlocks more. You're right. But anyway, that's basically it. I'm working on an alternate model. I'm gonna show you real quick. Wait, not this one. Not this one. What the hell? Oh, there you go. Working on this alternate model, but it's not done yet. So yeah. She has bare feet. I don't know why that's important, but yeah. Still working on that. So yeah. A few bit streams coming. I love doing streams for the bits. Also, a few game streams are coming because sometimes I just want to chill and play games. So yeah. I want to do a few like horror-esque games. I don't know why. I think I'd like to indulge in a few horror games. Or maybe I'll just boot up Infinity Nikki. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I'd love to do more karaoke and do like Western only songs. So yeah, mostly because I've been looping Shakira's She Wolf and I can't stop singing it. So I think I should just sing it on stream someday. So yeah. But anyway, that's all for today. I think I'm gonna have to say bye-bye to you guys and let you guys. Oh, okay, fine. I'll stop trapping you guys. I'll stop trapping you guys in my just chatting stream. You can enjoy the rest of your weekend. You can go load up your game on Steam. Fine. Yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your weekend, or for people who are just starting their morning right now, good morning. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you do Alien Isolation, I'm hyped to see how you... No, I'm scared. I'm gonna pee my pants, actually. Finally, we can leave the bus. Yes, the bus has finally reached its destination. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for listening to me. Yeah, I really appreciate it, really. I know this stream is about my monetization, but really, from the bottom of my heart, guys, like, more so than, you know, AdSense and money and whatnot, I truly appreciate that you guys spared some time to listen to me. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. I will see you guys in a bit then. Get it? In a bit? Because I said I'm a bit... I'll stop talking. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye. Hello, this is C part K. If you are waiting for a C part, well, you're in luck because here's C part K. Today's piece of wisdom is that bay leaf is an umami enhancer. If you're cooking something and you have some spare bay leaf, especially if it's a soup or a stew, you might want to put some bay leaf on your soup and stew. It's like, you know, an umami booster. But then again, so is like Worcester. I'll see you guys later.